When it comes to powerful family names in entertainment, very few carry as much weight as the Knowles name, which is why so many people have been asking the same question lately. Why does Solange's son, Jules, leave it off completely?
She's just like my grandson. Like, nobody talks about Jules. Jules is top 10 male model in the world.
The Knowles name can open doors most people spend years trying to reach. So it seems strange that Jules would not use it. Is he simply trying to create his own identity, or is there something happening behind the scenes? Some people even wonder if he was discouraged from using the name because it could pull attention away from Beyonce's daughter, Blue Ivy. And now Matthew Knowles is claiming that they actually encouraged Jules to use the family name, but he chose not to.
Told that little nigga, and I hope you hear me, Jules. You add Jules Knowles Smith.
According to growing speculation, this story may be far deeper than most people realize, and some believe it has even created tension between Jules and Blue Ivy. There are whispers that Jules feels overshadowed while Blue receives most of the spotlight, and if those rumors are true, things could be uncomfortable behind closed doors. Jules is now building a career in the competitive fashion industry, and everyone knows that having the right last name can completely change your opportunities. Yet, despite being connected to one of the most famous families in entertainment, he continues to use Smith, his father's surname. The public explanation is that he wants to build his own legacy without relying on his famous relatives. But many people find that difficult to believe because few people would willingly walk away from a name with that much power. That is why some observers believe he was allegedly restricted from using the Knowles name professionally. They argue that nobody accidentally leaves such a valuable name off a modeling portfolio, especially one that carries influence with major executives. This has fueled theories that the Knowles Carter brand operates within a carefully protected circle where only certain family members are positioned at the center. While more people continue questioning the situation, Matthew has insisted that they encouraged Jules to use the family name and that he was the one who refused. Many fans are not convinced, and for some people, the entire situation feels familiar because similar conversations have followed Solange for years. Matthew has repeatedly said that he wanted Solange to be part of Destiny's Child, and many people remember that she danced with the group and even filled in at times. But in 2022, he explained that Solange wanted a different path, saying that didn't appeal to her. You would think joining Destiny's Child would be a dream to her, and she had every opportunity to seize the success that the group was experiencing, but she wanted to forge her very own path. Solange's desires and faith in herself trumped my personal desires for her. You see, I realized then that she had an unmatched character and an unwavering belief in herself. Me, as a father, could never get in the way of that. I finally supported and encouraged her decision. I didn't fight against it anymore. While those comments sound supportive, some critics have wondered if the family focus was always meant to stay centered on Beyonce, and whether the same thing is now happening with Blue Ivy. Some people believe this could explain why Jules has occasionally found himself surrounded by controversy. Jason Lee once claimed that when Jules was younger, he frequently appeared in Hollywood Unlocked's DMs, allegedly trying to connect with female celebrities, including actress Sky Jackson, while also looking for help getting his social media accounts verified.
Uncomfortable with Jules in our DMs because me being Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked, a gay man, I don't want Jules in our DMs. So I would DM him back and say, hey, Jules, like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, da-da-da. And then I contacted a friend of mine named Fadia who used to be at Meta to say, hey, can you please get a message to Solange that her son is in our DMs? He wanted us to help get verified, a whole bunch of different things. So I told Fadia to go and tell Solange, and I know
that claim left many people wondering why someone connected to such a powerful family would need outside help for things like that. Wouldn't family connections make it easier? Yet despite the advantages associated with his background, Jules has often found himself linked to controversy. More recently, he was connected to former reality star Tommy Lee, who has a long history of legal troubles. Tommy admitted in 2016 that she had been arrested nearly 30 times. Reports state that between 2006 and 2014, she faced multiple battery charges, a bus hijacking charge, several shoplifting accusations, and theft-related cases. She also reportedly appeared in court in Clayton County, Georgia, facing 13 charges. Many of those cases were connected to probation violations and unfinished community service requirements, though some involved more serious allegations. This has led many observers to ask why someone like Jules would become involved in situations like that. And that question has sparked an even bigger theory. Some believe his actions may reflect deeper family tensions. According to speculation, the family's branding power remains heavily focused on Beyoncé's direct line, with Blue Ivy viewed as the future face of the dynasty. Under this theory, if Jules became a major fashion star while publicly using the Knowles name, it could divide attention from the image the family has spent decades building. Supporters of this theory believe that by promoting the Smith surname instead, the spotlight, media attention, and financial value connected to the next generation stay focused on Blue Ivy. If true, many people think that could naturally create tension between the cousins. Jules is the older grandchild, working hard to establish himself in fashion, while Blue Ivy receives worldwide attention, performs on major stages, wins awards, and dominates headlines before finishing high school. Some people believe that dynamic could easily create difficult feelings. Rumors have even suggested that family gatherings can feel uncomfortable because so much attention centers around Beyoncé's children. And if Solange has ever felt her side of the family receives less recognition, some believe that feeling could eventually affect the younger generation as well. Another question often raised is why Jules and Blue Ivy are rarely seen together publicly, despite being among the oldest members of the family's next generation. According to speculation, there is an unspoken effort to carefully protect Blue Ivy's public image. And because Jules has occasionally been involved in controversial online moments, some believe strict boundaries have been placed between his public life and Blue's brand. In the end, many people see Jules as someone trying to create his own path while dealing with the pressure of being connected to one of the most famous families in entertainment. But what do you think? Has the weight of the Knowles Carter legacy pushed Jules away from the spotlight, or is he simply building success on his own terms?